Look at you, honey bunny. You're here to learn something? Bitcoin. We are all late. You have to see this picture. Otherwise, you're going to get trapped and you're going to lose everything. And I really do mean lose everything. I can see things. I can feel things. Of course, with consent. I've been in this game 18 hours a day. I don't sleep. We're not early to crypto anymore. We're not early to Bitcoin anymore, especially Bitcoin. You have to understand, these words can get thrown around, but nothing can deny this beautiful picture I made here for you. We're going to go through every single element here. Yes, I made it. Microsoft Paint. I'm a Microsoft Paint maxi because you deserve the best. We're all late to Bitcoin. I'm going to go through every single piece of this. Friends, once you see this picture, you will then make the choice for yourself. I don't care. I already know how the next bear market's going to look like. You're going to see videos of me eating nice, exquisite dinners. Some noodles. There will be some Leamington cakes. Maybe a banana. Because that's all we can get. And I'll be very relaxed and calm. Other people will be, unfortunately, bleeding from the eyes. It's very sad. But hey, that's what it is. I'm here to tell you. What else can I do? Just one voice. One man. Bitcoin, we are all late. I made this. We are going to go for some zoomy zoom action. So I want you to know. Let's have a look down here. When Bitcoin first started, I have the full chart here. See this beautiful chart? This even goes back to 2009. It was doing OTC transactions. If you have a look here, baby dolls, I'm going to draw a vertical line here. Look at this price here. See this price here? That's Bitcoin at 1 cent. Okay, we're Bitcoin at 1 cent. So Roger Ver discovers Bitcoin. And he is really early. Roger Ver led the charge for Bitcoin Cash. So his public image kind of went negative because he wanted to move away from the Bitcoin island because he wanted faster transactions. But before that happened, Roger Ver was an absolute boss. His nickname was Bitcoin Jesus. Roger Ver collected 400,000 Bitcoin at $1. I want you to think about quickly Michael Saylor buying Bitcoin at $60,000 on leverage. Compare that to Roger Ver buying at $1. If Michael Saylor is early, what is Mr. Roger Ver? Is he a time traveler? No. Mr. Roger Ver is the innovator. Mr. Roger Ver believes in freedom, liberty. He doesn't like government intervening too much. He really believed. He sold his car to buy Bitcoin. And his car was a sports car, like a Lambo or Ferrari. I'm not joking. He literally went all in. It could have gone straight to zero, man. Straight to zero. He actually went all in. All the way here. He really started it, man. He was really in. I wish I knew about it back then, but you did too. Then came the visionaries. Visionaries are people who can see things. So Roger Ver was an actual innovator. He started up Bitcoin payment companies. So he was an actual innovator. Now, we don't use him today because, man, he was so ahead of his time. What comes next? The early adopters, the visionaries, people who are actually using it. So I have 3 people here. This is Sir Richard Hart. Sir Ricardo Corazon, he mined Bitcoin at 50 cents, which was all the way back here. He started mining it and he bought the top. Funny, Richard Hart bought the top with DaVinci J15. DaVinci, he has the I told you so meme. So DaVinci has a YouTube channel as well. Shout out to Baby Doll DaVinci. Lives in Dubai now. So DaVinci and Richard Hart both bought the top at around $30. Funny enough. And then they wrote it down minus 97%. It went down for 6 months and then it came back. Okay. Now they both really knew the future. They could see the future. They thought, hey, this thing's pretty cool. And they were mining. Andreas Antonopoulos as well went on a pilgrimage. I have the writing here. Okay. Andreas Antonopoulos goes on pilgrimage around the world to get early adopters. Traveled all around the world, started living on Bitcoin, giving all his speeches, giving all his presentations, talking about the future of Bitcoin, of Ethereum, of crypto, right? Ethereum, they didn't exist back then, but it was very early days. He went full on around this time, okay? These were the people who were the true visionaries. They could see the future. When me and you, we probably had a hunched back. We were playing on our Game Boys. We didn't know what we were doing. These people could see the future. They were early. And that's why they got to buy Bitcoin at $30, at $10, at $60. All right. What comes next? Next comes John McAfee. John, I really recommend watching his live interviews. Johnny, rest in peace to John. John was the beginning of the chasm getting crossed. This was Bitcoin hitting absolute mainstream. This was the first super mainstream one. This was Bitcoin's last proper run. It was from $200 to 20K. That is a 100x. 100x on something that would go on to change the world. Oh man, that was the last proper run. Run. Yes, that's right. You needed to get in 2015. The last time you could have got into something blue chip at a good price was 2015, friends. It is not 2015 anymore. So John was obviously doing really weird shilling, and he understood the maths and Bitcoin, and he made this famous, I will eat my own genitals if Bitcoin doesn't cross like $1 million, whatever his bet was, okay? So this was everything going nuts. John was the link to the pragmatics, the people into the early, this is also known as early majority. Pragmatics, early majorities. So why is it pragmatic? Is John could see the use case. He's like, well, look, governments can't really see it. You know who else is here? Tim Draper. Tim Draper also in here. Okay? Tim Draper. So they could see, what I mean by pragmatic, they could see like, hey, this is really needed, man. I'm just not just a visionary, like we actually have a use case for these. This is just a better form of money compared to what the government fiat system is. Okay? So they're linking the people who are crazy, the Roger Ver's, the Da Vinci's, the Richard Harts, they were considered crazy, and Andreas's, they were linking them to real world use case. They were like, hey, we're now crossing the chasm. What comes next? Baby doll, your friend Somi comes in here, not knowing anything. I'm like, woohoo, going to 200K. Let's go all in. So I come in here. It's not like I knew anything about it. It's just by fluke, just like all of us. Then comes Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor comes in and tells people he's the innovator, he's the visionary. Bitcoin is a cybernetic hornet's nest. Bitcoin is better than New York real estate. Sure, I'd love that to be true, sir. I really love our bags to pump that high. Oh man, that'd be great. Unfortunately, all the evidence suggests Michael Saylor was actually a conservative. He ain't as early as he thinks he is, but he's convincing everybody they are, okay? So Michael Saylor was pretty early to Apple, but we move so much faster now. You see, by the time he figured out Apple, they'd been going on their legs for like 6 to 8 years. So when he kind of shilled Apple to the world, it still had another good 10 years of parabolic growth to go. Crypto's different now. You know why it's different? The game's harder. We go parabolic faster. There are network effects. The market doesn't wait 10 years before it starts to price everything. And you know that by everybody buying JPEGs, gaming, NFT, metaverses, and everything in between. They buy the Peppy, they buy the frogs. We hear about it so fast now, friends. It is not 20 years ago. We don't wait 3 years for something to maybe catch on. People get it now. The rails are faster. I hope this makes sense to you, friends. Please confirm our friendship in the comment section. Michael Saylor buys Bitcoin and keeps buying it on leverage all the way into the top, all the way here. Sir Elon Musk then shills Bitcoin to the whole world, and he shills the top. He does the Dogecoin mania. He goes, Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin, I like Bitcoin. And then he sells the top for liquidity purposes, aka that's a load of BS, right? Sells a bit of the top, sells 10% to test the liquidity. Also, remember that Elon Musk is shilling Bitcoin to the world. The world's most popular man is putting Bitcoin as a product out there. If you remember from my earlier videos, baby dolls, think about it as if you're the perspective of a young adult male watching the NFL football game, and they try to advertise lipstick to you on television. Now, you might think, hey, this lipstick product is good for my wife, but I don't wear lipstick, so I don't care. So no matter how many times they advertise lipstick to you, you don't care, you don't wear it, you've seen it. This is where everybody gets it wrong. Everybody believes, oh, if the world could just see my coin. Let me tell you something. Most coins have been seen, and they've been seen by a lot more people than you think. Has it ever occurred to you that maybe your coin is just poop? That people they've already seen your coin, they don't like it. This is a very harsh reality to swallow, okay? This is very hard for the religious priests and maxis of every community, not just Bitcoin, Ethereum, every single community. It's very hard for them to admit that many people have actually seen their coin already and they think it's poop. But you got to accept it, friends, okay? So Elon Musk shills it to the world. This was the final chasm, man. This was like, wow. This is mainstream market. Doesn't this make sense? Look at this title up here. Mainstream market. Okay. Elon Musk is the most popular man on earth. Billions of people have heard the words he speaks. Okay. He's got people, see, he's got so many admirers out there. All right. He's got Elon Musk. He's got imitators. He's got everything. So many people have seen it. It's now mainstream. They are not super early innovators. They are conservatives. Elon Musk ain't a crypto guy. He's a payment solution guy. He's got nothing to do with crypto. He puts rockets on Mars. Now, everybody thought he could do something, but you're going to learn in life something, okay? People are good at what they're good at. When they try to venture out of it, you'll be very surprised how much it disappoints you. Because they could have the X factor in one field, then they might lack it in somewhere else, okay? So, Elon Musk shows this top, and Michael Saylor buys the top on leverage. Does it end after this? No, it doesn't, friends, because unfortunately, this was the actual final kicker. Mr. Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff up here. You see his cute Uncle Peter Schiff. Shout out to Mr. Peter Schiff. I want to let you know, let's go back to the actual real chart. I have the chart here of when Peter actually found out about Bitcoin. He found out about Bitcoin. So this is why, okay, remember in here, Peter, if I've drawn a line here, Peter is a skeptic. The Laggards, okay? You might say, hey, how is he a skeptic? Well, maybe somebody like Peter existed here. Not even maybe, he did. He told all of us. He heard about Bitcoin at $8 to $12. It was here, okay? Mr. Peter Schiff, Uncle Petey, said Bitcoin is worth 0.0000000. Fast forward 11, 12, 13 years. Okay, now it's worth something. Please, come on. Isn't that the definition of a skeptic? Let's go back here. Look at this label, friends. Skeptic and laggard, okay? Skeptic and laggard, friends. So you're seeing all of this. You're seeing Peter Schiff fade this whole move. I'm going to show you right now. This whole move, friends. Okay. Look at this. 6,844x. All right. And then finally he says, okay, maybe it's worth something. That's a long time, friends. That's a long time. Okay. So you are seeing all these. You are seeing Peter Schiff. You're seeing now the laggards, the skeptics. They're coming in now. You might say to me, hey, is there anything left? Is there anything left, friends? Well, you have Elon Musk up here, and he still gave juice to it. But now look who's left. All you have is literally the Bitcoin ETF. You see this logo here? I have the Bitcoin spot ETF. That's actually the only thing left. That is the definition of the ultimate skeptics, which is the governments. Governments want to see something accepted by all of society because governments are trying to help protect people. That's all they care about. They're like, hey, we don't care about innovation. We just want to protect people. So that's what they're hired to do, right? So they don't care about the upside. All they care about is if they allow something, they don't want anybody whinging. They want like 99% approval. So finally, you need so much public opinion to be swayed for you to get it, okay? So now I want you to have a look at this again, okay? I want you to have a look, baby dolls. You see this chart now, okay? You have Roger Ver, then you have the early innovators, okay? You have John McAfee, you have Elon Musk, and you have Michael Saylor, and now you have literally Peter Schiff, okay? Do you want to know what's look what's very interesting. Everybody's aged. We get older as we go to the right, okay? We start to get older. We got the youngies out here, right? The 20s to the 30s, and then you start to get to the oldies. You know, Elon Musk is an alien, so it doesn't really count. So you can now see this happening right now. I've put it out here. Who else is going to tell us this, right? Now, you're probably wondering, how do I know what I'm saying is true? Well, you don't know. If you want certainties, go flip a coin, because I don't really know, okay? All I can tell you is this. There's something dangerous going on, okay? This is the money supply. In the zombie virus, we printed the most money we've ever seen in our lives, 40% in 1 year. 40% of the money supply in 1 year. If we go back to Bitcoin, okay, it is very disgusting to know that Bitcoin, even with a 40% printing, could not hit 100K, okay? Very dangerous. Even with all that money printing, all of that still couldn't send us up here to 100K or more. You got to think, man, something is wrong with this picture. There's signs telling us like, oh man, you were meant to go up, but you didn't, okay? So I'm not saying it's your fault or my fault. I'm just saying, hey, there's an indicator out here. There's a signal out here that if we were destined to go up there, we should have gone up there. You had every single reason to do that. So what can we do? Well, I always come back to my old adage, right? You got to buy in the depression, you got to sell in the euphoria. But hey, a lot of people believe Bitcoin and Ethereum are blue chips. And I'll tell you right now, there is some very nasty traps forming because nobody wants to believe this. Who wants to believe a picture like this? I didn't make this for them. I made it for you and me. I did the work here. I'm giving this for free. I don't care. I got a buy Bitcoin sign literally in my logo. Look at my little head. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? I literally got a buy Bitcoin logo and a sign here. I took this years ago. I still have it when I went all in, by the way, in 2018. So that is still here. So you got to ask yourself, why is this man who eats blueberry pie with a straight back and wears fluffy slippers, why is he actually putting this to me? I've never seen this information before. So can me and you do really anything about it? No, we can't, because at the end of the day, Bitcoin's going to stop where it's going to stop. We don't know where it's going to stop. I just want to hold my head high in the next bear market. When it comes, 2026, 2027, whenever it comes, I want to at least know that, hey, I stayed here 18 hours a day like the hungry wolf trying to climb the mountain, and I did everything in my power to try avoid being trapped with everybody else. Because at the end of the day, friends, everybody is waiting for Bitcoin to do this, and I'm saying, hey, maybe it does that. Like, subscribe, bell button, or tell mum and dad that you love them. I'll catch you in the next one, friends.